Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in full. The Vaccine Network for Disease Control has called on the federal government and key stakeholders to prioritize sustainable vaccine financing in Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, the organization praised the federal government's progress in addressing vaccine financing gaps, especially the allocation of over 231 billion naira in the 2025 national budget for immunization, malaria vaccination, and vaccine tracking. Queen Agaba has details.
In commemoration of World Health Day, the Vaccine Network for Disease Control addressed the rapid investment case and economic analysis for immunization in Nigeria. The network warns that with the exit of major donors such as USAID, Nigeria's immunization programs are more vulnerable than ever, warning that recent gains in immunization could be reversed without immediate action. Speaking on the achievements of the network, the CEO, Vaccine Network for Disease Control, Dr. Chika Oluwafemi Ofo, reveals that while the vaccines have saved millions of lives and are central to the network development, Nigeria is still one of the world's highest number of zero-dose children.
So vaccine for me is a miracle. And is the simplest, easiest way to combat disease through prevention. And because of that, I think that it is necessary for the country to prioritize it. Right now, it has been difficult because vaccine is under the service-wide vote, competing with other things. So it becomes difficult. But if vaccines are moved to first-line charge, it means that immediately after budget, the next thing is for vaccine funds to be released. And immediately they are released, they are used to buy vaccines immediately. So this is where the problem is, because it's in service-wide votes. But begging the government, appealing to the government to move it to first-line charge so that it becomes predictive, you can plan for it.
The Vaccine Network for Disease Control therefore called on the federal, state and local government and relevant stakeholders to actively support vaccine financing. The organization emphasizes that a healthy population drives economic growth.
We are not just implementing yet another project. This project is a passion for Vaccine Network because we are advocating for the lives of these children. So we are pleading and urging the government of Nigeria. Yes, we know that funds might not be enough, but we also know that our government is capable because they are absolutely interested in the health sector.
The organization further appealed to the federal government to release all pending allocations for immunization service in the country and ensure timely disbursement and sustainability. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
The United States-based Institute of Law Research and Development has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to reverse the suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State, warning that failure to do so could irreparably damage his legacy. The institution said such a decision undermines democratic principles and threatens Nigeria's constitutional integrity. A statement by Professor Cyprian Edward Egbo, Director of the Institute of Professor of International Environmental and Public International Law, noted that the suspension, along with the subsequent declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, could set a dangerous precedent for the country's democracy. The Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, says it will conduct an elementary application of fire exercise for cadets of the 75 regular course from April 10th to April 12th. The Academy Public Relations Officer Major Mohammed Madawa made the announcement in a statement issued in Kaduna. The Presidential CNG Initiative, PCNGI, announced its plan to deploy 150 new compressed natural gas CNG refilling stations across the country in the next 18 months. In a press conference held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, Chief Executive Officer of the initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, noted that the initiative is committed to making access to CNG refilling easier. Oluwagbemi, referring to the planned deployment of the 150 new CNG refilling stations, said to further bolster this base infrastructure, we have scoped out private sector partners to deploy over 150 new refueling locations in the next 18 months. Federal government has reiterated its commitment to improve the welfare of police officers across the country. Now, this includes better housing, modern equipment, and clean energy to boost morale and efficiency of the force. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, made this known at the inaugural National Police Day in Abuja. Kike Lomo Okere was there for Global Television.
For the first time in the history, the federal government has institutionalized April 7th every year to celebrate the role of the Nigerian police force in maintaining national unity and security.
Take some of these items.
From inspection of guards to a silent drill parade, it was a day to celebrate heroism, sacrifice, and commitment to duty.
From the prestigious Nigerian Police Academy within Kano State.
To carry out operations in all schools and public sectors in Nigeria.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, announced new measures to improve police welfare, as well as improve capacity building and commitment to community-based policing, while recognizing the sacrifice of both fallen and active officers.
Let me assure you that the federal government of Nigeria will institutionalize 7th April as an annual celebration of National Police Day, cementing its place in our national calendar and demonstrating our enduring appreciation for the Nigerian Police Force. And this vision begins with ensuring that our police force is well equipped, well trained, and well motivated. We are resolute in our commitment to police welfare and comprehensive reform.
On his part, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says Police Day is a solemn occasion to honor the fallen heroes, men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in the service to the nation. He further says the NPF is embracing technology, intelligence-led policing, and community engagement as a key pillar of its service delivery model, with a clear goal to build a police force that commands trust, deliver justice, and reflect democratic ideal of the country.
It's not only a time for celebration, but a solemn moment for reflection and renewed commitment to the principles of justice, service, and professional policing. It is a bold affirmation of your administration's support for institutional reform and capacity enhancement of our personnel. This gesture serves as a tremendous boost to our morale and reinforces our collective resolve to discharge our duties with renewed.
A minute's silence was observed for the fallen heroes who paid the ultimate price in service to the nation. The first National Police Day celebration brought together security agencies, veterans, and dignitaries.
The inaugural National Police Day is a testament to the inestimable value of the Nigerian police force, to the preservation of the national unity and democratic stability. From Eagle Square in the nation's capital, Kike Lomo Okere reporting for Global Television News.
Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Board of Trustees, Abdulf Walbara, says President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima have drawn that they are not prepared for governance. Walbara accused the president and his vice of traveling abroad while Nigeria faces numerous challenges. The former president of the Nigerian Senate described Tinubu and Shettima's foreign trips as the height of executive rascality. The national president of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, Haruna Kankara, says about 20 states have yet to implement the 70,000 naira new minimum wage for local government workers and primary school teachers. The union leader disclosed this in a response to a question on the implementation of the new minimum wage with reference to the local government workers and primary school teachers in the country. The states include Yobe, Gombe, Zamfara, Kaduna, Imo, Mboin, Cross River, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Borno, and 11 others. You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News return, Trump's tariffs threaten 35,000 jobs in South Africa citrus export industry. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You are welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Midday News on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. On our business news now, the Naira depreciated to 1,629 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian foreign exchange market. Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, showed that the indicative exchange rate for Nigeria rose to 1,629 Naira per dollar from 1,600 Naira per dollar last week, Friday, indicating 29 Naira depreciation from the Naira. Likewise, the Naira depreciated to 1,570 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,565 Naira per dollar last weekend. Consequently, the margin between parallel market and the Nigerian foreign exchange market rate widened to 59 Naira per dollar from 35 Naira per dollar last weekend. Over now to the United States of America, President Donald Trump has threatened to impose additional 50% tariff on Beijing if it does not withdraw its 34% retaliatory tariffs on Washington. China, the second largest economy in the world, has reacted swiftly to the import tax announced by Trump last week, slamming Washington with 34% tariff even as the rest of the countries continue to weigh their next move, opting either to negotiate or put their retaliatory tariffs forward. If the extra 50% tax is implemented, that would bring the total import tax on China to 104%, roughly doubling the cost for companies bringing their goods from China to U.S. in less than a month. New tariff announced by U.S. President Donald Trump could have dire consequences for South Africa's citrus industry, potentially threatening 35,000 jobs and disrupting a key agricultural export value at over $100 million annually. On April 2nd, President Trump imposed a sweeping 10% baseline tariff on all U.S. imports, alongside targeted duties of up to 31% on select countries, including South Africa. Reuters reports that the move has sparked concern among South African citrus growers, who now face a sharp increase in costs to access the U.S. market. And on the foreign scene, an official says heavy downpour in the Democratic Republic of Congo's capital, Kinshasa, have killed around 30 people while wreaking havoc across the Central African Majesty. After the rain poured down overnight from Friday to Saturday, raising water devastated several outlying and improvised suburbs of the metropolis. To navigate the streets by canoe, President Felix Tshisekedi has visited the victims in a gymnasium in Kinshasa. The victims reportedly either drowned or were killed when the walls of their homes collapsed. Shuttered storefronts line empty streets in East Jerusalem and the West Bank as Palestinians hold a general strike demanding an end to the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. Shops, schools, and most public administrative offices are closed across the West Bank. The coalition of Palestinian public movements, including Viral Fatah and Hamas, called the strike to protest what they described as genocide. In East Jerusalem, the usually bustling commercial Salahadini Street is also empty. South Korea will hold a presidential election on June 3rd. The country's acting president, former leader Yoon Suk-yeol, was removed from office over a disastrous declaration of martial law. The democratic country has been effectively leaderless since December, when ex-president Yoon attempted to subvert civilian rule but was quickly impeached by lawmakers and suspended from office. The country's constitutional court last week upheld his impeachment, stripping him of the top job and triggering fresh elections, which must be held within 60 days. In sports stories now, Clement Chinaka has emerged as the overall winner of the 2025 IBB Lady Captains Cup in a tournament which teed off on Wednesday and ended on Sunday at the IBB International Golf and Country Club, Abuja. Chinaka, who played off handicap 16, returned a gross score of 85 and 69 net and beat its closest challenger on count back to emerge the overall winner of the tourney. An elected Chinaka says winning the tournament's overall prize was a thing of joy, adding that the week-long tournament was one of a kind and very well organized, a testament to the attributes of the outgoing lady captain. Napoli and Manchester United are in advanced talks over the potential transfer of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen, with the Italian club reportedly ready to offer the Red Devils a discount on the player's release clause. According to Martino, Napoli director Giovanni Mana has flown to London to discuss the sale of the 26-year-old with United officials, potentially offering them a reduced fee that would take another of his major suitors in Juventus out of the race. The Super Eagles striker, currently on loan at Turkish Grand Galatasaray, is expected to leave Napoli permanently this summer after previously failing to secure moves to Saudi Arabia and Chelsea last year. Manchester United are planning for the summer and will look to pursue Ipswich frontman Liam Delap, while Bukayo Saka have made it clear he has no desire to leave Arsenal, none of the Premier League's top 5 won at the weekend with questions. Being asked about several teams, Liverpool unbeaten run came to an end at Fulham, with their form in recent weeks continuing to ring alarm.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS device.
You're welcome back from that very short break. Still on our sports stories now, Manchester United are planning for the summer and will look to pursue Ipswich frontman Liam Delap, while Bukayo Saka has made it clear that he has no desire to leave Arsenal, none of the Premier League's top 5 won at the weekend, with questions being asked about several teams. Liverpool's unbeaten run came to an end at Fulham, with their form in recent weeks continuing to ring alarm bells. Manchester City played out a goalless stalemate in the derby with Pep Guardiola's side, and Manchester United putting in poor performances to underline how much both teams need to rebuild. Ruben Amorim desperately needs a summer transfer window, while City need to bring down the age profile of their side. Now that's it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. And kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.